This is definitely not the way, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas, guys. We had a very relaxed one with the family. At 24th, we did a dinner with my brother and of course the kids, and we did some playful games, just a normal Christmas Eve. Then the 25th, we went on an amazing boat trip with around 40 people, enjoying Christmas to the fullest with everything on board, guys. We had like beautiful slides, we had jet skis, we had everything. And the 26th, we did just quietly at home, watching some movies together and a little bit like recovering from the 2 days before, wine and champagne, guys. Now, in today's video, I'm going to walk and talk again on this beautiful beach here in Phuket. I'm going to talk, of course, about the news that I read today, and there is some shocking news, also some happy news. Then I'm going to dive into the charts to explain to you what I see that is happening to Bitcoin at the moment and how this could play out now for the upcoming weeks and months, because you all want to know what's going to happen towards New Year and what's going to happen like maybe next year in 2025. And after that, guys, I will jump into an inspirational quote to share a little bit of my experience about life, guys. Now, let's quickly jump first now into that first part, a beautiful news item for you guys. Bam! The shocking news I was talking about today, guys, is the news I read about Turkey. Turkey is a country that has like always doubted about Bitcoin, yes or no. When I was visiting Turkey, they embraced Bitcoin to the fullest. Even huge billboards were displaying all the news about Bitcoin in Turkey, in Istanbul. And yesterday I read this news that they now want to have identification of each and every one that does a bigger transaction than $425 worth of Bitcoin. So everyone that's going to do a bigger transaction than $425 in Bitcoin needs to identify himself and tell the Turkish government, this is my wallet, I own this one and I paid for goods with that one. Bigger than $425. And I know, guys, that in Turkey, $425 buys you a lot. It's not the most expensive country, but still, is this not completely against all the privacy rights that we have as human beings? Shouldn't we be allowed to transact as much as we want, anonymous as we want? Why do they want to track whatever we do? What does it matter if I transact $424 or $426? Why does the government even think they have the right to know what we do with our money that we earn on a very honest way? They shouldn't have any fucking thing to do with that. If I have a job and I make $3,000 a month, and it's legally because the government can see, yes, this guy has a job and he earns $3,000 a month. That is where it stops. I will pay tax on that $3,000. Yes, of course, I need to pay tax. But that's where it stops, Mr. Government. You can't decide what I do with that $3,000 or how I spend that $3,000 if I buy Bitcoin or if I buy Turkish lira or if I buy a car or whatever I want to buy for that $3,000. You should not be able to decide for me. We have a fundamental right of privacy. We are human beings, born to be free. That's why I'm wearing this shirt today, born to be free. You can buy them, by the way, in our shop, of course, but that's why I'm wearing it. We are all born to be free. There's nobody on this planet that can decide what I will do with my money, you will do with your money, but they still make the laws so that they can. And I really don't agree with these kind of laws. Same in the Netherlands. Now you can only pay up to $3,000 in cash. As far as I know, all fiat currencies, also cash, not only the ones on the bank, also the ones in your hand, are a legal tender. And the legal tender I should be free to use wherever I want, whenever I want, and how much I want. There should not be an entity like a government determining if I can use $3,000 in a store, yes or no. And there should also not be a government that tells a store that he's allowed to accept only $3,000 in cash, yes or no. It is a legal form of money. That is what legal tender means. It is money that we hard earned by jobs, by working, by all of that stuff, guys. How is it possible that a government can tell you you cannot use your money the way you want to use it? I really don't support that. For me, that is one of the reasons I am into Bitcoin. Born to be free. A government will never be able to decide what you do with your Bitcoins, because you can transact $1 million worth of Bitcoins, bam, like that, in a split of a second, and nobody there to stop you, and nobody to prove it's you. That is why Bitcoin is also the future. Not only because it's the gold of the 21st century and it's the best performing asset, but also because it is decentralizing finance. It's taking away that power from those people that think that can decide what you do with your money. They are fuckers. I say it hard loud. I don't like those kind of people that want to determine what you do with your money or I do with my money. That is Bitcoin, freedom. Bitcoin is our gateway to freedom. Please understand this. It's not just about becoming rich because of Bitcoin. It is protecting your freedom. Not only your freedom, the freedom of my children, your children, and maybe our grandchildren in the far future. They should have the freedom to do whatever they want with their hard-earned Bitcoins. Hopefully they will earn Bitcoins. Because if they will earn one of those fiat shitcoins, US dollar, euro, or any other of those, they will be living in a very enslaved social credit system that is being controlled by central banks and central governments that don't want you to be happy. Little bit happy is what you deserve, they think, and that is why they keep you poor. And not being able to transact as much as you want is part of that big plan. Luckily, there's also other countries like Russia at the moment that announced yesterday, hey, we don't need the US dollar anymore. We do import-export with Bitcoin. Any entity in Russia is allowed to do import and export with Bitcoin. We see Bitcoin as a legal tender. If you want to order goods from Russia, you can pay us with Bitcoin. And if we want to buy from your country, we are also there to pay with Bitcoin. So yes, there's developments all over the world, different countries, different strategies. Turkey, not fully for Bitcoin. Russia becoming more and more for Bitcoin. You know, they are good friends, so I think that will change in the future. America is going to be very, very pro-Bitcoin. Europe is going to be the only one that's going to be left behind because they are destroying anyone's crypto dream in Europe as from the 1st of January. That new MiCA law is going to start. Yes, I know it will take till the year 2026, even till the year 2028. For the whole law to really start to play out, but still, I received also all the letters on all my European exchanges. Hey, be aware that from the 1st of January, whenever you transact more than $1,000 worth of cryptocurrency outside of the exchange, you need to identify yourself and you need to identify the wallet that you're sending those Bitcoins or Ethereum to. So what do? All before the 31st of December. We close all our accounts on all those exchanges and we just go to those exchanges that are not based in Europe and that don't obey to that fucked up European MiCA system law. And yes, of course, all those laws, that MiCA shit and all that stuff is all because of a group of people in Europe that want to stay in control and they don't want you to become rich. So if you want to support them, keep your money on your bank account. If you want to support them in the next pandemic and the next whatever climate thing there is, and if you want to support them in everything that can happen to you, please keep your money on that bank account. If you want to support the gateway to freedom and live a beautiful life, get your money from that bank account and put it into Bitcoin. That is what Bitcoin is meant to do. Not only make you rich, also give you the gateway to freedom. As those that want to have control want to determine the amount of freedom that you have. And that should never be the way, guys. Now, let's quickly jump now into the charts to see what is happening to Bitcoin and what I think that Bitcoin is going to do the next coming weeks and months. Bam! The first chart for today, guys. First some coffee, of course. Is this 4-hour chart. I need more coffee, Coffee addict over here. 4-hour chart, guys. Sloppy hands. What did my sloppy hands tell you? My sloppy hands told you already a week ago, hey guys, you know, it was around here, just before Christmas, I said, we will dump and then we will probably make this M
pattern, or like W pattern, whatever you want to call it in the end, depends where we end. But this M pattern over here could like lead into a breakout to higher levels. Now we went up, we came down, we went up, and we are coming down again to this support line, that the dark green line, or that thick green line I should say. That is support line I drew, and I said, yeah, that's where we will go, maybe a little bit below it at 93-ish, and then we will explode. We are still in this move. So for me, this move is still playing out exactly the way I want it to play out. Now let's hope we bounce after this Christmas beautiful into New Year, around 100k, or maybe even all the way up to 120k. That would be like amazing. I think I overextended the line all the way to 140k, but that is also all the way into January 2025 somewhere. So it was just an example of like, hey, we go up like this, we come down, and bam. That's the kind of moves Bitcoin mostly makes, these patterns, if we find support on a certain level, guys. Now, if you zoom out into the day channel, you can see something very important happened. The important thing is that we held support on this green line, the 50-day moving average. So this is the length 50 on the chart, which is the day chart, and the close candle. So we had support on this line. And I've been telling you already for years how important during a bull market that green line is, that 50-day moving average, because every bull market, again and again, guys, we will keep support on that line. Let's go just back to the previous one over here. Look, if we go above it, we come back to it. We go above it, we come back to it. Maybe a little bit below it, if it depends on the news, but then we keep support during the bull market. Also, if we take that into 2017 or 2017 and all those other bull markets, this line is an important line. Maybe it shows even better on this chart, yes. So also there I told you, hey, we'll probably go up, come retest that line, go up again, and make this kind of a move. This is a range bound move that Bitcoin often does, and again, that green line is just a very supportive line during bull markets. I will go back, for example, to the 2017 bull market one more time. My God, look to the drawings, how long I've been drawing for you guys. Look here, that green line has been like support area for the whole bull market, like up, test, up, test. So that's why I told you, whatever happens, if we keep support around this green line, it's still very bullish for Bitcoin. And we are doing exactly that. This is just a normal bull market. RSI beautifully coming back here to these levels now around 46. We can see the MACD also coming down a little bit. We need to cool off before we can take off. That's how it works in crypto. We need to cool off before we can take off. Simple as that, guys. Amazing, amazing, amazing. When will the takeoff be? I'm just gonna show this, what I always do, like on the RSI, we'll do like something, a line like this. So you can see the tops. Whenever we break this line again, yeah, I believe that is when the takeoff will start. That's how it mostly works. Mostly we break out again when we break certain downward trend lines in the RSI. That is when we take off, guys. Now, I have an amazing amount of amazing charts, guys. If you want to trade all of this, use the links down below this video. Bybit is my favorite exchange, giving you bonuses up to 30,000 US dollar, special Christmas bonuses. Blowfin, my favorite non-KYC exchange, also a lot of bonuses. Apex Omni is my favorite decentralized exchange. At the moment they have, I think, 100,000 Apex tokens for the grabs, which is more than 200k in prizes, if you just go and use the links down below, guys. Please do so. That is how you support me running this YouTube channel for you, giving you beautiful daily information. Now let's jump into some more amazing charts, guys. You will love these charts. I know for sure you will love all of them. There's even a Dogecoin chart. A Dogecoin chart. Yes. Bam. This is the first one. This chart is showing you a very simple that there is a difficult market to trade, as there is a lot of liquidity all over the place. Here, all the way to 110,000, a lot of liquidity. Normally we hit those, but also around 93, 94 at the moment, a lot of liquidity. Mostly we hit those. So it's a difficult market to trade. Not impossible, but difficult, as there is a lot of volatility, so you can get liquidated. And that's also what we saw in the last couple of days, a lot of liquidations to the upside, but also to the downside. It's just people playing with too much leverage. If you want to know how to make trades in this kind of situations, go to my platform didibambam.me. That is where we educate people about trading and how you should be doing a risk reward ratio on these kinds of trades, guys. Now let's go into the next chart. This chart, guys, I found on Crypto Rovers, his Twitter. I liked it. Beautiful chart because it simplifies what I always tell you already for months and years, and since 2014 I've been into this industry. Since 2013 I've been in this industry, since 2017 making YouTube videos. So yes, I like this chart. Christmas is this dotted line, orange line is the halving. Look how Bitcoin every time here, this is the 2013-14, 2017 market, 2020-21 market. Every time when Christmas happens, we end up higher. After Christmas, we end up higher. After Christmas, we do end up higher. We had that halving, we had Christmas. After Christmas, we will end up higher. How high? I think 160K, but many people say around 300K. So this could be the upward potential from you buying Bitcoin today. So that's how simple it is, guys. Then we have this chart, guys. I found this one in Set Finance. You can see the Twitter handle on the left over there, guys. On this chart, you can see how Bitcoin normally moves in this pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these are the Elliott waves. I don't know for sure. Yes, I think they are the Elliott waves. So on those Elliott waves, they move like this. Bitcoin moves like this. Now, at the moment, we are now in that fourth move up to that fifth move. And that fifth move could be from 160K all the way to 350K. I'm going to show you another chart that will show you more clear why. But if you look, we always end up a certain level above that thick line, green or red. You know, it switches from bear to bull. But we end up in that bull above it. You see that? Above it. The bear is below that. Below it. Below it. We are still below it. We just came above it, peaked our head above it, but we're not above it yet. If we want to do what we always do, we should go to these levels, like normally around this part of the bull market, guys. Like just you see over there. Look at this. It's the halving over there. After the halving, it will take some time, and then bam, we move above it. After the halving, it took some time, and bam, we move above it. After the halving, it will take some time, and bam, we move above it. Great chart. Also telling you to zoom out, look at the bigger picture. Now this one is showing you a little bit more close up what I meant with those price levels. Look, if you take that greenish line on the chart, that greenish line is 2012, 16, 20 Bitcoin cycles, mean and standard deviation. So it's aligned to the November 2022 bottom, weighted the last cycles with exponential decay. So we can read all of it over here, how it's calculated in the right bottom. Pause the video, read it yourself if you want to know more about this. The thing that I want to simplify for you is this line is kind of the average of the previous 3 bull cycles, the Bitcoin bull cycles. And that yellow line is the current one and exactly where we are at the moment. Now, if we would follow the average of the last couple of cycles, we could take it indeed all the way up to 395,000. You can see it's an average of, for example, here you can see very darkish, a little bit more lighter, even lighter on the back. These are the bull markets. This was, of course, the 2013, the 17, 2020 double top. So you can see these cycles over there. The average is this line. So if we would do average, we would leave Bitcoin at a beautiful price at 395,000. If we underperform Bitcoin, it could only go to 200K. If we really underperform Bitcoin, then only 160K could be a very interesting level, which is around this midline that you can see over there. You know, there is this greenish line. So yes, for me, 160K is a very conservative, cautious play, but I would be happy with 160K. Of course, I would be even more happy with 300K, but this for me is already a beautiful top area, guys. And if we outperform that and go even higher, amazing. But you should take profits in this area of 115, the blue line, all the way up to 160K. Take some profits. And the last couple of Bitcoins, sell it over there and take your ultimate profit. But do not try to guess the perfect top. please, this is the area where I will be taking a lot of profits, and that you should be doing that as well, and you can see how close we are to that area, guys. Now, do I have more charts? Yes, of course. I have this one. I have this one to show Peter Shift. Sorry, I always forget his name. Peter Shit. I like Peter Shit. Peter Shit. Peter Shit, his name. But Peter Shit is telling us that gold is the best, superior to Bitcoin. Now, this chart is showing me something different. This chart shows me the difference between the BlackRock iShares ETF gold versus Bitcoin. Now, the gold ETF, starting over there 2005 to over there 2024, reached a level of 33 billion. In how many years? 19 years. 19 years, Peter Shift. Now, Bitcoin did the same and doubled that almost in 1 year. So what can we expect of Bitcoin in the next 24 years when it comes to this spot ETF? A lot of liquidity is going to flow into Bitcoin. I think even this gold is going to flow down. It's going to like down to that, and that all that liquidity with this exiting gold will enter Bitcoin, guys, because Bitcoin is the gold of the 21st century. That is your bet, your safe play against inflation, against wars, against black swan events. It's Bitcoin, way safer and way more profits than gold. Okay, very clear. Now, do I have more charts? Yes. Then I have also this chart, guys. This chart is telling you how close we are to $1 million Bitcoin. People still don't realize that we keep crawling up a level every time again and again. People are still like, $1 million is impossible. Guys, I went in this industry here, 2013. We were at $10. We went to $80. At that moment, we thought, hey, $100 is impossible. And when it was $100, we thought, nah, $1,000 is impossible. It would be literally impossible to go to $1,000. That's what we thought at that moment. I was mining Bitcoins on that moment, guys. I was mining Bitcoin in 2013-14, around $80. We would have never believed $100. Yeah, $100 we could have believed, but $1,000, we couldn't believe it. When we hit $1,200, I was jumping in the air, guys. But when we crashed from $1,200, also completely back to that $200 level, yeah, I was crying as well. But then, you know, we had $1,000, and we said to each other, could Bitcoin ever reach 10,000 US dollars? Like, would that be possible, 10,000 US dollars? And people said, nah, $10,000 is not possible. Now, in 2016, over here, I shifted my mindset. I started to think different about economy. I started to think different about centralized entities, governments, kingdoms, everything else, because at that moment I lost my father, and my father got sick, a year cancer. I lived with him for a year, and I started to rethink life. At that moment I saw Bitcoin growing again. At that moment I started to believe more and more in Bitcoin, and in a dream that could go to 10K. And that is when we invested around $900. We started to sell all our cars, motorbikes, and everything else that we could sell. And we went all the way in, all in with the house. And we did a pension fund. That was the last thing that we did, around 3,000 US dollars, because we really believed that Bitcoin would go to higher levels than 3,000 US dollars. That's why I took my pension fund out. It went to 10. It went even to 20K. And when it was 20K, we thought we would go to 100K and we would never crash down. And then, of course, it crashed down to 3K. And that's when I learned the hard lesson. Yeah, the bear market will always be there. How bullish we are, how many beautiful news there is, there will always be a bear market crash. Of course, we sold a little bit around these levels and we bought more back over there. But at that moment, we started to dream about, hey, would like 100K also be possible? Like we did 10K, we did 20K, 100K is like just times 5. Could that be possible? Yeah, we started to believe in 100K. And of course, we dreamt about 100K in 2021, and we came almost there, 69K, not touching the 100K level. But still, it was crashing a lot of people's dreams because they thought 100K, we will never make it. Still, we kept believing. We sold a little bit of Bitcoins there around the top, and we bought them all back here around that bottom again. And then is when I knew for sure on the January of 2024, when the spot ETFs, when they were being introduced and also agreed on and went live, I told everyone 100K definitely a play. Here, around 16K, I could still be doubting. You know, there were also some theories that could say, nah, we will never reach 100K. But when I saw the confirmation of like institutional money flowing into this, I knew this is gonna be a 100K bull market easy. And that is what we did, 100K. Now, people are now doubting, could we ever go to 1 million? Guys, this is just one more 10x. You know how often we already did 10x? From 10 cents to $1, from $1 to $10, from $10 to $100, from $100 to $1,000, from $1,000 to $10,000, from $10,000 to $100,000, and from $100,000 we will also do 10x to $1 million. It is simple as that. There will be less and less Bitcoin newly be mined into the market every 4-year cycle. The demand is growing tremendously as governments, countries, presidents, kings, institutional investors, companies, pension funds, stock markets, all of them agree on Bitcoin being the digital gold of the 21st century, the best performing asset. At the moment, we don't even have like 5 to 6% of the money worldwide in Bitcoin. We are gonna steal a little bit of percentage of gold market cap. We're gonna steal a little bit of real estate. We're gonna steal a little bit of all the other assets as Bitcoin is outperforming them all, and people will see this. And the moment people can play this game safe through a BlackRock ETF or any other way, they will start to buy more and more Bitcoin, as that is the safe play, as that is the only limited asset they know. This is an asset with 21 million that will take to the year 2140 for the last Bitcoin to be mined. This is an asset they can believe in, that it will steadily keep growing. And that is why I think it's very important for you to understand that the distance between these two lines is not that big. So if you ask me every time, should I buy around 100K, it's way too expensive, I believe a 10x to $1 million is simple in the next 4 to 8 years. So if you want to have 1,000% return on investment on your assets in the next 4 to 8 years, then start believing in that $1 million, empty your bank accounts and start to put it all in Bitcoin at 100K, 95K, whatever level it is, and ride at a massive run in the next like 4 to 8 years all the way to that $1 million, guys. It is gonna happen. And that's not the last chart for today, guys. I have one more chart. I promised you, Dogecoin chart. Where are we with Dogecoin? Yes, there's a lot of charts today, but I didn't make a video for a couple of days, so I want to make a lot of charts. The Dogecoin charts is just showing you guys where we are. You know, we are in this area, the 0.618, that's the resistance area. When we break it, bam, we have a pump. When we break it, we had a pump. Look where we are. We are at that level, 0.618. When we break it, we have a pump. But it is a meme coin. Don't go all in on Dogecoin. That is not what you should do. Bitcoin should be your king, your main asset. This should be a beautiful play to take some extra profits, to exchange them again also into Bitcoin. Last chart of the day. Let's jump into the next part. Bam. Turning around, guys, I hope you really enjoyed the charts. Yes, short term, a lot of volatility, which is of course amazing for the traders, but these moves were kind of also very unexpected. Like, it's not like that you could trade these perfectly on the indicators, but still, you know, there was a glitch on, I think the glitch was on TradingView. Yes, I think there was a glitch that was showing us the Bitcoin dominance like drop like boom almost to zero. And I think that is why there was also a sell-off in the market, because the people really thought, hey, the Bitcoin dominance is dropping now really to zero, so now we need to exchange Bitcoin into Ethereum and altcoins, because now will the altcoin season start and now we'll see all those altcoins outperform Bitcoin. I agree that during the altcoin season, most alts, most layer one well-performing alts will outperform Bitcoin. You know, if Bitcoin from these levels goes times 2 or 3, that would be like a beautiful, beautiful achievement. Ethereum, for example, did not make an all-time high yet. Like, we are almost 10 months later than Bitcoin's all-time high, and Ethereum still doesn't have an all-time high. So it's way more easy for Ethereum to go times 2, 3 now than it is for Bitcoin. And that is also for many other altcoins like Chainlink or Polkadot or all of those. They can still go easily times 2, 3 more easily than Bitcoin. That's why they call it alt season.
It's not that Bitcoin doesn't go up anymore. It's just that those alts will start to outperform Bitcoin. So they will go up in a multiple of 7, so for example. Bitcoin in a multiple of 3 or 4, for example. So yes, it could be wise for some people there to exchange a little bit of Bitcoin into altcoins if you really believe that we will see an altcoin season. The Bitcoin dominance chart is saying yes, but if we look at the liquidity flowing into Bitcoin, into the spot ETFs, etc., let's see. That's why you need a diversified portfolio. And if you want to learn how to do that, go to didibambam.me, because that's our educational platform that will tell you how to do that, guys. Now, that were the charts. Always remember to zoom out in Bitcoin, look at that bigger picture, and zoom in at live. Enjoy every single minute of the day. Don't freak out about the minute charts, 5-minute charts. If you're not a trader, but an investor, you need to zoom out, look at that bigger picture. Every 4 years, even the Bitcoins you will buy today at 100K, 4 years later, they will be worth more. That is zooming out. That is looking into Bitcoin in a zoomed out way. Now, let's jump into the inspirational quote, guys. Bam! The inspirational quote for today, guys, is about life. Life is kind of a dance between having the strength to walk away and having the courage to go all in. That is what life is. You're dancing in between those two things. Should you walk away from certain situations, or should you listen to your ego and go into the confrontation, or should you have the courage to just go all in and just do whatever it is it takes to become successful in that thing that you want to become successful in? If it is becoming healthy, it's becoming healthy. If it is becoming successful financially, it's becoming successful financially. Whatever situation it is, it's always a dance between having the strength to just walk away and just ignore it, and having the courage to just go all in, guys. Too many things in life that I have experienced, whatever situation it was always a decision between those two. Should I just walk away, or should I just go all in? That's a decision that many of us should be making at the moment. But instead of that, most of us, even during Christmas, are running the hamster wheel. Just running the hamster wheel, just doing whatever it takes to earn a little bit, to be able to get a beautiful Christmas dinner to your family, friends. And I know this is a situation you don't think you can get out, because you're thought that's normal, because you're taught that running the hamster wheel, working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month for $3,000, selling each and every hour way too cheap is normal. That is what they taught you. That is what I was taught when I was younger. You know, if you get $5,000 a month for selling 160 hours of your precious time, then you're doing a really well job. That's a lie. It is the biggest lie ever. They lied to me, they are lying to you. You are even probably lying to your children. Like my father unintentionally was lying to me, because he also thought that $5,000 a month would be a beautiful income, guys. But it's sadly not enough anymore to live the life in this life that we are living. And sadly, it's really a lie. I really believe it's a lie that everyone is being told, guys. So I do think that if you want to escape that, you need to face, the water against my balls. But if you want to escape that, guys, there is a decision to be made. And the decision is about dancing between the balance of having the strength to walk away from that situation that we were just talking about, and having the courage to go all in into this new situation that you're always dreaming about. And I think it's very simple for me now, like looking back, it was not that difficult. But at the moment that I needed to decide about that decision, it was also a difficult decision for my family and me, guys. It was not that simple. We needed to give up our securities, our house, our jobs, our companies, our cars, everything that we built in those 15 years before. We needed to give all of that up. And believe me, everything that we owned at that moment, that used to be the dream when we were young. Owning that house, owning those cars, having an own company, you know, being successful. So for us, it was also a difficult part to give it up, but it was a dance in between. Walking away, having the strength to say goodbye, and having the courage to say, bam, all in. That is what life is about. And if you want to change your life now, then think about this. Do you want to proceed the way you're living the life at the moment? Are you happy with the life that you're living? That is the question. If you're not happy with the life that you're living, then please try to change it. Give it a chance. Just take a couple of baby steps. Try it for 3 months. Just tell your job, your boss, hey, I need a break for 3 months. Take your kids out of school for 3 months. Go on this beautiful adventurous trip for 3 months to cheap countries if your budget is not too big, and experience a different energy, experience a different culture, experience different possibilities and opportunities, because you just broke that hamster wheel for a little bit of time. You can always dive back into your old life if those 3 months don't work out fine. But if those 3 months show you that you are more happy than those other months working, you should grab life by the balls and have the courage to go all in and the strength to say goodbye to all that other old life that is not really your dream. That is my inspirational quote for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the news, Turkey and Russia? What do you think about these amazing charts again? And what do you think about that last live quote? Are you prepared? And do you have the strength to walk away? And do you have the courage to go all in? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching. I wish you an amazing Friday, guys. An amazing weekend. Yes, I will do another video tomorrow because, you know, I didn't do videos for 3 days, so I will keep you up to date. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow again. Bam!